It's a last man standing match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. While both men would love to walk out of WrestleMania with that Intercontinental Championship, the thing that is probably most important to them in the moment is who can dish out the most damage to their opponent. There is no love lost between these two. Challenger Bron Breakker, champion Jacob Fatu. And the mess between these two has accelerated quickly. Let's go back to Survivor Series. The Rock, who captained the team representing WWE in the men's War Games match, a match that Jacob was a part of, was victorious. Bron Breakker was on one of the WWE teams in one of the classic Survivor Series elimination tag matches. He was the sole survivor on his team, and he caught the eye of The Rock. The Rock was very impressed with what Bron did in that match and bringing a victory to the WWE, to Team WWE. Based on that respect, The Rock gifted Bron the 30th entrance spot in the Royal Rumble. Now, in that match, he was under the understanding that he and Jacob had an understanding. They would work together, and they would eliminate every other competitor in that match, leaving the two of them as the last two standing, and then, essentially, may the best man win. That was a great plan in theory, but Bron should have known better than to trust the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob called an audible and threw that plan out the window and tried to eliminate Bron. Now, Bron did make it to the final two. It was him and Damian Priest. Unfortunately, it was Damian Priest who would eliminate Bron Breakker and punch his ticket to WrestleMania. Now, that didn't sit well with the badass. And he would confront Jacob and attack him, and the two of them would go back and forth, attacking each other. It would ultimately come to a head in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. They would take 3 attempts to get the match in the ring. The first time, Bron would attack Jacob from behind. Referee would call off the match. On the second attempt, it was Jacob who would attack Bron before the match. Again, referee throwing the match out. Finally, WWE official Triple H said enough was enough. You guys got one more shot to get this match in the ring. And to ensure that happened, he made himself the guest referee. The match would begin and take place before the action would eventually spill out into the crowd, where both men would be counted out. Then, in the lead up to WrestleMania, both men would interrupt Triple H as he was tending to other business, demanding this match here at WrestleMania. Eventually, Triple H would give in and give them their match. But not just any match, a last man standing match. And while neither man probably had this type of match in mind, the hatred that they have for each other, no complaints on either side. They're just glad to have this one here at WrestleMania as they trade shots back and forth. One positive of these two facing each other here at WrestleMania It made life a whole lot easier for the rest of the WWE roster, as neither had to contend with the Samoan Werewolf or the Badass. Breaker miscalculated there, and Jacob Fatu sends him into the corner. Bron slides out the back. Now he takes Jacob to the corner. And sends him into the post. And now Bron Breakker choking out Jacob Fatu. This is a last man standing match. There are no rules. The only way you can win is to incapacitate your opponent for a count of 10. And Bron may have celebrated a little early. Hits Jacob with a spear. And Jacob Fatu not moving. I kind of thought Bron was making an error there by celebrating, but he hits that spear out of nowhere. And that is going to do it. Bron Breakker doesn't have things play out for him the way he thought at Royal Rumble. But here at WrestleMania, he defeats Jacob Fatu in a last man standing match to become WWE Intercontinental Champion for the second time.